You have to have the distribution. 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 And so if people control your supply and control your distribution, and so if people control your supply and control your distribution, they control your future. They control your future. They control your future. And so if people control your supply and control your distribution, they control your future. And so that's what I'm fighting for right now.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.
Let's get high, yeah, you know I'm about to roll. Let's get please, yeah, you know I gotta pull. Let's live life, live once, I'm about to turn up. Get fly, oh for sure, it's about to go up. Let's get high, yeah, you know I'm about to roll. Let's get please, yeah, you know I gotta pull. Let's live life, live once, I'm about to turn up. Get fly, oh for sure, it's about to go up. Warm up, now and pass my
Family, what's the word? Thanks for being here. I want to get into a video. I put it together. It's a bunch of different clips or whatnot, but the main part of the video is based upon an interview. And like I said, when everything first started with this dude, y'all, this, in my opinion, is where everything stems from. We're in a, well, I'm not going to say we're, but those people are in a job field to where if you don't play ball, you don't ball, period. So we're gonna go through this video and you'll get the parts that I want you guys to key in on. I want you guys to key in on the whole thing, but let me just shut up. This is what I think everything stems from, and you gotta pay attention to the wordplay. Let's get it.
The situation's in the courts now, so I'm gonna share with y'all what I can. This is all public record. But basically, I was called to have a meeting with Diageo, and they knew that I was kind of killing things in the culture. They knew that I was kind of killing things in the culture. They knew that I was kind of killing things in the culture.
Now, I don't like the way he looked when he said, first off, I don't like what he said, because if you take it literally, well, it's easy to be taken literally. I was killing things in the culture. Okay. Like hip hop icons, people's livers from Ciroc, skin from too much baby oil. Anyway, let's carry on.
They were trying to fix their diversity problem. And through that, a meeting was set up, and I told them, you know, I want to be an owner, that I have these ideas from promoting parties at Howard, just remembering that I would always get the door and never get the bar. And so I said I have aspirations to have black-owned brands owned by black people behind the bar and a part of your organization. They're the biggest distributor of spirits in the world, biggest maker of spirits in the world. So they're the biggest distributor of spirits in the world, biggest maker of spirits in the world. So
now, he said it twice. The company he was in cahoots with was the biggest distributor of spirits in the world. And that leads me to think about that popular saying, drunk words are your sober thoughts. That alcohol brings out spirits within a person. Sometimes it's spirits that they don't want out. Sometimes it's spirits that are overconfident or more confident than that person in a sober state of mind. But that did stand out to me. Let's go.
I was always fighting for Ciroc not to be pigeonholed, not to be pigeonholed as a black brand, not to be pigeonholed as an urban brand. I already went through that. I went through that with Sean John. They put me in the urban section. I had to go and disrupt the fashion industry, pull up on Fashion Week, and show them what that black excellence swag is about. And that's what we did with Sean John. And so with Ciroc, it was the same thing, get into the spirits industry. No matter what industry I went into, I always came up against this ceiling that they just wanted to keep me in the colored section. I would say for businesses, you have white-only business, just like you have white-only bathrooms back in the days, and you have black-only business. And so my fight is to always make sure that we could just do business. They just wanted to keep me in the colored section. I would say for businesses, you have white-only business, just like you have white-only bathrooms back in the days, and you have black-only business. And so my fight is to always make sure that we could just do business.
Now, to be so bold as to depict the industry like that he was in is sort of like taboo. For one, they don't want you to really tell what's going on. And being that you're going to make it in a perspective as if it's like back in the day segregation, that's even worse. And the reason I made this video, y'all, is because they'll let you play ball. If this man did not do this and go to court on it and things like that and withdraw his services from helping them make money, he'd still be doing what he was doing, y'all. He'd still be doing it. Mark my word.
First of all, corporate America is made and built for white men. First of all, corporate America is made and built for white men. So when you're going into corporate America, usually your entryway is to help them with their diversity problem. But at the end of the day, you want to be able to open up doors.
There's three different doors, right? There's three different ways to walk. There's to the left, there's to the right, and then there's straight. Straight is you're on your own. Let's see if you continue this success, young man. Okay. Let's see if it was all about your skills, young man. Let's really see that. Okay. And you went straight. To the right, I'm not sure if that's the hole right there. And then there's to the left, I'm not sure if there's some sacrifice shit going on right there. I'm not sure because I went straight. But I was offered these doors.
Now, I don't know if he's speaking in metaphors, but at the end of the day, at the beginning of the day, y'all, the doors. Giving something to get something. It wouldn't surprise me if this man had to do the most to make this amount of money. How does that even sound? Yeah, let's go.
Sometimes you gotta take that opportunity and get in. And so that's what I did with Ciroc. But I told him I don't work for nobody. Everything in my portfolio I own. So you guys have to know my ultimate dream is a tequila. But I was like, I really love tequila. And this was before the whole tequila craze. So it's like you make a deal. You make a deal like, I'm gonna advance this for you.
I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right.
So it's like you make a deal. You make a deal like, I'm gonna advance this for you.
Cause P. Diddy be wanting the body.
Tequila craze. So it's like you make a deal. You make a deal like, I'm gonna advance this for you so then we could be good partners and you can give me what I want, which is my opportunity for me to own my brand and to be able to build generational wealth for my kids and my people.
There's 3 different doors, right? There's 3 different ways to walk. There's to the left, there's to the right, and then there's straight. Straight is you're on your own. Let's see if you continue this success, young man. Okay. Let's see if it was all about your skills, young man. Let's really see that. And you went straight. To the right, I'm not sure if that's the whole shit right there.
I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Cause P. Diddy be wanting the body. And you gotta tell him no.
See, and that goes back to the doors, y'all. You have to make a deal to get what you want. You gotta choose a door. This dude did too much talking and too much door choosing. Real talk. And it's just so funny that he's big on implying that his ownership over things. But it's like, dude, if ownership's so important, Why couldn't anybody that worked for you own anything that was their creation? And it was so to the point where Big had to get publishing through Junior Mafia. He was the ghostwriter, but he set it up to where it looked like they wrote their own stuff so he could get the kickback. But anything he did under the moniker Notorious B.I.G., it went to Puff. And then Puff gave him what he thought was adequate. I really feel like the kids and the mom got more than an artist, y'all. That's why none of these people are around today, musically, or hell, even just in the physical.
And I just need the same 24 hours as y'all giving everybody else in your portfolio. And I couldn't get that. I had to send my people down to Mexico. And this is just to tell you what the fight is about. They went down to Mexico, and when they got down there, they found out that there was 0 agave planted for Deleon. So there was no plan for us to be successful. There was no equal treatment. The other brands, they had agave planted. They had no agave planted for me. And sometimes you have to go check even your partners to see what's really going on. And so when I saw that, I was like, nah, I'm gonna fight because it's bigger than me. It's about not just me, it's about we, it's about all of us. So I chose my purpose over profit because it's bigger than me. It's about not just me, it's about we, it's about all of us. So I chose my purpose over profit.
Fucked up. You must be out your rabbit ass mind, nigga.
I chose my purpose over profit. It's bigger than me. It's a we thing. Why was it not a we thing when you were doing your thing with Mace and everybody? It's a we thing now that he's really on his own. How is it a we thing when the Black community sees nothing from what this man does with those liquor companies? Spirit distributor. just listen to those 2 words. Spirits distributor. Come on, man. But real talk, why is he well, let's take it back to the speculations before everything happened. I told y'all when he was giving up them shriveled up as publishing rights to the point where when they were at their zenith, they were probably kicking out mad dough. But now, I bet you them people could see probably $87, if that, a month from their royalties. That bro waited like 13 or 20 something years to give back. Danity Kane and all of them. But this was the catch. If you received your publishing or whatever, you couldn't speak on this man. And you had to sign the NDA with the contracts of getting your publishing. So here you're going to get some prune-like publishing that's all dried up, shriveled up, and you can't speak your mind about this guy? Come on. That sounds like what he did to Superhead. Yeah. She did a tell-all book. He made her sign an NDA. She spoke lightly about him, very vague, but if she went any deeper, pause, there'd be ramifications for that. Come on, man. Mr. We, not me. I bet it is we when you're in that situation you're in. But it quickly turned to me when you're in that 6x10, losing your mind, 23-1. No baby oil. Let's start there. No baby oil. 1 bottle of lotion. Let's continue.
You come from the music world where distribution means one thing. For some of the audience who may not be familiar, I'm sure they could consume spirits, but they don't really know what it means to have distribution inside of that space. What does that look like when you're building a brand like DeLeon and Terrell?
Yeah, supply and distribution is everything. Supply and distribution is everything. Supply and distribution is everything. Whether you came from the streets, we all know that. We learned that at a very young age. And so no matter how I market a product, if they just keep me in black neighborhoods through the distribution, I can never grow. I can never be as great as I could be or as great as we can be. You know what I'm saying? I had to go from me to we. I could be or as great as we can be. You know what I'm saying? I had to go from me to we.
Listen, y'all. When he says me or I, he conveniently says we. But listen to what he said real quick. Check this out.
Really know what it means to have distribution inside of that space. What does that look like when you're building a brand? You come from the music world where distribution means one thing. For some of the audience who may not be familiar, I'm sure they could consume spirits.
Consume spirits. That wasn't what I was talking about, but that just sounds crazy. Anyway, let's go.
But they don't really know what it means to have distribution inside of that space. What does that look like when you're building a brand like DeLeon and Interrupt?
Yeah, supply and distribution is everything.
Supply and distribution is everything. Supply and distribution. Now reflect that back to his artist. Now think about how credible and how much of a pile of shit this dude sounds like. He's spewing out bullshit and he knows it. I'm pretty sure the people up there interviewing him knows it. But I guess it sounds good, huh?
And so when I started really looking at every decision I was making, I was like, that this is something that I have to change. I can't just come and get this check. That this is something that I have to change. I can't just come and get this check and not be changing the way the ecosystem is. So if you want to have a successful brand, you have to have, number one is you have to have the supply to meet the demand. And then
if they keep me in black neighborhoods, I can't grow. Come on, man. This shit is not, it's not about nothing but money or greed and self. This dude doesn't do anything for the people. Come on. To me, all that said to me was, it was cool when I was doing the screwing. But now that I'm the screwee and there's no baby oil or Vaseline, it's not about me. We're going to turn it to a we. Because I'm getting screwed and I can feel it by my spleen. You know, real talk though. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. And that's what was going on with that company. Point blank period, to the point where he had to fight like he made every last one of his musicians do. They had to fight an unnecessary fight, an uncalled for fight. For what? All because of greed. People didn't want to be fair. This man is eating He's eating everything that he's given. And that's why I always say, y'all, energy is like a steel pond. I take whatever, I throw it in the center of that pond. If that object is heavy enough, it's going to create enough energy to come back to me. I throw a boulder in the middle of a lake. Ripples are going to, and I'll see that energy right at the shore. That's all that's going on. You can't feel sorry for this dude.
you have to have the distribution. 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 And so if people control your supply and control your distribution, and so if people control your supply and control your distribution, they control your future. They control your future. They control your future. And so if people control your supply and control your distribution, they control your future. And so that's what I'm fighting for right now.
If people control your supply, if they control your distribution, They control your future. That's how we kept a lot of these grown men and grown women on a damn leash. But the thing that really gets me is, like I always say, people being overzealous. I understand being in a messed up situation, just wanting to get out. And some of these people are willing to do whatever to get out. So they just sign a deal. He knows that if you don't control your distribution, if you have no ownership, you have no future. That's what this man was good at, y'all. Taking people's future. You cannot feel sorry for him. Anyway, I thought this was important to bring to the forefront. So here it is. And I hope you like the edit. If you've made it to this point, say I made it. If you have any recommendations, leave them in the IG at Trap Nerds 1. Yeah, I'm out. Peace.